this time we're taking a look at one of the very few Dark of the Moon Transformers that I had any interest in. In general, I'm not very interested in this line. I think I will take a look at the Sentinel, the Leader Class Sentinel Prime, and the Shockwave. The only other ones that I was interested in would be the Wreckers, which are disguised as the NASCAR cars, and of this, Roadbuster is one of the three, and the other two I think are Leadfoot and Topspin. This figure really didn't get me all that excited about the others as I thought it would. Now, it looked great in package, and it looks okay here. Of course, it being a NASCAR, they're heavily cross-promoted with NASCAR. I believe they showed up at the Daytona 500. I'm not sure. I'm not a big NASCAR fan, but you can see they have NASCAR. Of course, you have to have the NASCAR hologram there. It's Chevy, so they actually have, again, they have to pay the license to do the Chevy symbol and everything. And I think a lot of that money that they have to spend on licensing shows up in the shortcuts in this figure. And you can see, of course, being a race car, it's going to have all these sponsors, and they do not have all the sponsors on there, particularly in the quarter panel. I know there's I've seen pictures of the actual car. I believe they're missing a Mountain Dew or something over here, which is funny because Amp and Mountain Dew are both Pepsi products. I do like the attempt. You see they have the NASCAR Sprint Series sticker there. They have, well, not sticker, but the National Guard, and of course Amp, the energy drink, and you have the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Logo or signature on the top of the car. And so, what they spent for all this stuff, they kind of cut corners other places, and particularly in paint apps. Let's see here in the grill and in the back here. Not as detailed as it could be. They focus on the car mode more than the robot mode. Let's get this transformed. And what you're going to do here is you come back here, lift up the back here. As you can kind of tell where everything is, you got arms and legs pretty visible here. You're going to pull the arms out and up, and you can see here the legs pull forward like this. This is the hard part, getting this unpegged from here, and it's always tricky. So pull it out like that, and he's pretty much a shell former, so you're gonna have to reposition these so swing this around like that. Now you want to fold up here and fold again, and then you're going to first separate the legs here like that. Fold the tires down like that. You can see that there's two slides here that are going to, or two open pegs, holes that are going to slide, that these are going to slide into on the back there. And you're going to close these up here. Just flip these forward, up, and then you have these things that pull out. These little panels flip up on the sides here, and you can, these things can fold out, and you have your choice of how you want to position them. Way far out or fold it up just like this. Do this, clip them tight to the wheel. Same thing over here. Just rotate it around and forward over the wheel. There he is. He is a shell former, which I've never liked. He does have pretty good light. There is the light piping, like sunglasses, I guess. And a lot of people have trouble with the sculpt. I don't mind it, you know, looking like he's got a baseball cap and mullet there. I don't really mind that so much. What I don't like is the fact that they really didn't try to do any real detailing with regards to paint. I mean, this is a pretty plain figure. You know, it's like they could have done a nice silver paint. I mean, there's a fan from the engine. They could have painted that. Let's see. Where do I see some like shocks or something there? They could have painted. There's some detailing that they could have painted down here, just to break up this really flat gray. You know, it's too bad this robot mode is so boring. Other than the head, and another place they could have used paint is all the missiles here in his missile pods. And they could have painted the tips of those. It just really missed out opportunities here. So if you really want this guy to look good in robot mode, you really gotta almost customize it. And that's another thing, like this, the way he fits together, he slides out pretty easily. Be prepared to keep having to fix him as you hold him. There is one good paint application in robot mode. He's got the silver Autobot symbol right there. And besides the head, that's it. Now he does have a weapon, the stupid, I think, mech tech thing. And his isn't too bad. It starts out as this gun, and he has a mech tech port on either side, putting it on this arm or the other arm. His gimmick is that he has a chainsaw. And unfortunately, you can't lock this into position, so it really kind of sucks. Now, he can use this in alt mode. He has the same, well, they don't connect to the doors because of the way the transformation is, but he has a mech tech port on the roof here, which he can use to store his weapon there. And it's nice that they do use the spring-loaded gimmick here to cover the holes. You notice here on the doors, you actually have to manually do it by pressing here. It's not that bad as gimmicks go. I just wish they had a way to lock this into position with the chainsaw out, because I think it looks a lot cooler. How hard would it be to come up with a way to lock that into position? It's kind of sad. I think they've just sort of said, we really don't care about these things anymore. I mean, lack of paint and these mech tech things, you can't lock them out if they're not Voyager or Leader class. And on the whole, the scales of all the different size Transformers have gotten smaller because I guess it's less plastic. It's kind of sad that they just sort of said they don't really care. Put a little bit extra time into it, and a little bit extra effort. They could have painted this, just added a little bit of silver in here and in the legs, maybe someplace on the arms. Instead, they just wanted to be cheap, or they just spent too much. They spent all that money on getting all the labels and stuff that go on the NASCAR race car. And so they had to pay all that money towards putting that on the alt mode, and so the robot mode suffers. I'm not really a big Wreckers fan, but I know they have a pretty large fan base. I know they've appeared in, I think, almost every single incarnation in some form or another. They're always this sort of commando unit of Autobots that you call that to get the job done when nobody else can. His G1 toy, I remember, was actually not part of the Dakara line, so it was purchased by Hasbro to get out more product quicker, so they couldn't use the Roadbuster character in the cartoon for licensing reasons. Sort of a similar thing where they could have fudged it like the way they fudged Jetfire and turning him into Skyfire and altering his look, kind of. I guess they figured that his character didn't warrant it. Now, I know that there's been several other Roadbusters. I think there was a Roadbuster repaint of Ultra Magnus in the animated series line, the Leader class figure. Very recently, there was a 2-pack with Dirge that I think was a repaint of a Cybertron universe or Armada figure. Yeah, that's it. So, pretty disappointing toy for me. I was very disappointed with the scale and the lack of paint apps in the robot mode. One of the few Dark of the Moon figures that I wanted to have, and he's a letdown. Hopefully I can find a Shockwave, and he won't be a letdown as much as this guy was. So anyway, that'll be it for now, and stay tuned. I got a couple more Transformers reviews coming up, and until my next video, I'll see you.